Okay, in today's class, I'm going to explain C structures. So, let us try to understand C structures. Okay, C structures, they are shortly called as structs. Okay, structures, they are also called as structs. So, it is a way to group several related variables. If I want to group many related variables in one place, okay, it is the way. So to define a structure is a way to group several related variables in one place. So each variable in that structure is known as a member of the structure. So unlike array, generally array will hold the similar data type. Suppose if you have declared an array, integer array, so it will hold only integer type data. Okay, but a structure can contain many different data types. Only in Python we can create a list, means list is array. So we can, in Python we can create an array means list. That array may contain many different data types like integer, float, char, string, okay. But in C we need to declare structures to hold different data types. Okay, but in C, if you create an array, that array, whenever you declare that array as a integer data type, so you need to keep the elements as only integers. Okay, so let us see how to create a structure first. We need to create the structure by using the struct keyword. That is very important. If you want to create a structure, that struct keyword is very important, and declare each of its members inside of curly braces. You use struct keyword, okay, and then that structure name, one name we need to give inside of curly braces. Okay, so inside of curly braces declare the members of that structure, whatever the members, elements, integer, float, char, okay, different data types if you want to keep inside of that curly braces. Let us see. So struct keyword, as I told you, that struct, then after structure name, my structure, any name you can keep inside of the braces, one integer variable declared, that name is mynum, that is a member, it is an int variable. One myletter is a variable declared with, it is a character data type, it is a member, char variable. Okay, mynum, myletter, these are variables. Mynum is the integer variable, myletter is a char variable. So then after the end brace, terminate with the structure with semicolon. Very important. End the structure with a semicolon. So initially in first time structure declared with the struct keyword, and then for that struct keyword a name has been kept, a name was kept. Then after inside of braces members declared. Okay, so structure ended with a semicolon. Now how can we access the structure? So to access the structure we need to create a variable for that structure. Use the struct keyword inside the main Okay, use the struct keyword inside the main method followed by the name of the structure and then the name of the structure variable. This is the way how to access. So this is first, let us see a question. Create a struct variable with the name s1 struct var. So first struct, my structure is a name kept for that structure. The keyword struct, inside of the two members, one integer member, one char member declared, created, and structure closed with semicolon. Now inside of the main method, again struct keyword used, and my structure, that name is that, and one variable we need to create for that structure s1 anything. Okay, now semicolon, return 0, that is compulsory. Return 0 already we have understood in the previous sessions at the starting of C. So return 0 indicates that main method is closed, then after there is no any instruction. So how to access structure methods? Structure members. Okay, so to access members of a structure, use the dot syntax. To access the members of a structure, use the dot syntax. So let us see. One structure is created called my structure with the struct keyword. Two members declared inside. One member is integer type, another member is char type. Structure is closed with semicolon. Inside of the main method, one structure variable created for my structure. Okay, my structure is a name of structure. So s1 is a variable created for structure. We can keep anything s1, xyz, whatever. Now we need to assign values. So how can we assign the values? With the dot operator. Now call the variable name s1 dot, for whom? My num, that is integer variable, is equal 13 semicolon. s1 is the variable name for that structure. So s1 dot my letter is the char variable. So is equal to char b. B is a character kept inside of single quotation marks. Now to print the values, printf my number is a string kept before the, whenever we are calling my num is a integer, so that I am using the format specifier for %d \n for next line character, comma s1 dot. S1 is the variable created for the structure. s1 dot my num, printf my letter. Okay, colon. Here I want to print the character, so format specifier C used here. Already in the previous classes I have briefed that what are format specifiers. We need to help the compiler. Now we are working with either integer, char. Okay, at the time of printing we need to help the compiler. My dear compiler, now we are working with integers, otherwise characters we need. So format specifier simply indicates help the compiler. Okay, now we are working with which type of data, whether it is if I am working with integer data, I need to keep %d, otherwise %i. If I am working with characters, I need to keep %c. Okay, now let us see what happened here. s1 dot. Okay, this is the total syntax. So see here, this is the initial. So here include stdio.h. This is the initial library. As I told you that we need to include that standard stdio input output library. that is the header file which will be used to work with input and output functions. Now create a structure called my structure. You can change this as any name. This is a structure name Vasu, your name, my name, kept anything, your name XYZ. So struct keyword compulsory to create a structure. Struct then Vasu is structure name. So create a structure called my structure. Change this, create a structure called structure name Vasu with the struct keyword. Inside of braces, flower braces, int my num, char my letter. Int my num, you can change this as simply anything num1. Okay, char my letter, simply you keep letter. So two data types. Okay, so members of that struct, one integer member, one char member declared. So struct, that is to be very important to be closed semicolon. If you will not give semicolon here, so it will give error. So semicolon, struct to be terminated with the semicolon. Next, inside of the int main method, okay, inside of main method, inside of curly braces, inside of main method, call that struct my structure, because I have changed the structure name as Vasu. So you change this as Vasu, and then what, one variable to be for this structure Vasu, one structure variable I need to create, S1, anything you can change this, one structure variable X, whatever. So now I will assign values to members of this variable created. Assign values to members of X. So now see what happened. So one variable I have created for this structure Vasu, that is X. So I need to, before that its name was S1, so I want to change. So any variable you can create for what, that structure. Now see here, for the structure I have given a name as X dot, every member will be called with the dot, X dot my num, but my num I have changed the my num as num1. Okay, number 1, and because it is integer variable I have assigned 13. You can keep anything, 2000. Okay, integer variable. So my letter, one more, this is what, char, it is a char variable. I have changed the char letter, so you simply keep this as letter dot any character. This letter is a char variable created, okay, inside of this main method. Okay, so char variable created inside of the structure. Now I want to assign the values for that member. The member name is char letter. Okay, char letter. Char is the data type, letter is the variable for that char data type. Now print values. How to printf my number? This is string my number kept. Okay, format specifier I have used here. Okay, now let us see, if you run this code, what happened here, you are getting this one, this is the result. So why I am getting error? See here, struct vasu x. Your structure name is vasu, okay, and for that vasu a variable created as x. So but here in at the time of getting printf, so this is the variable created for your. So here we need to call it as x. Why? Because that s1 name I have changed. Understood that s1 is the variable name kept for. I have changed the variable name for that structure. Structure is equal to vasu structure. I have created a variable for that vasu structure. That's why. Understood that. Now let us see what happened here. Why I am getting error. And x dot minum. So not minum is changed. Okay, num1, okay, and that letter also changed as letter. So like this. Okay, now try to understand. Now run this code, so whether you will get the result. So you are getting this much. Okay, this is the right answer you are getting. So this format specifier I have used here, that is what, where is that format specifier? D. In this place I can use I also. Integer, for integer D format specifier generally use, otherwise you can use that I also. I represents what? Same thing you are getting. So in the place of D, percentage D format specifier mostly used with the integers, otherwise you can keep percentage I also. So if I want to create one more member here, that is what? Bool, that is bool data type. Create any variable for this bool data type. Suppose y is a variable created for that. Now see, bool. But in the previous classes I told you that bool is not a built-in data type. That moment you need to include std bool dot header file. So that will be added later. First of all, let us see. Bool one data type is created here inside of the structure. As a structure that will be used to store multiple data type in multiple data type. Okay, here one bool data type declared with a variable y. Now inside of this I can call that bool data type dot x dot, because that x is the variable name kept for that vasu. Vasu is the structure name. Struct keyword used. Vasu is the structure name, and for that vasu structure a variable we need to create. By that variable, with the dot operator, we want to access all the members. Okay, all the members. So x dot, what is our next member? Bool. So bool, not bool, y. Bool is the data type. Okay, y. Now here I want to assign the value true, semicolon. Okay, now let us see. I want to print that boolean value printf. Inside of this, create a string my bool is here percentage symbol, and for bool we need to use b and \n for next line character. Can now close this. Okay, now comma. Now x dot x is what the variable created for your vasu structure. X dot y. Okay, close this one. Now terminate with semicolon. So one more member I have one more member I have declared in structure. Initially two members were there, integer and char. Then after I have add one more member as bool data type, created the variable y, and inside of the main method or function, first I need to create a variable for that structure. Here structure name is Vasu, and for that Vasu I have kept a name as variable x. Now every time I want to access with the dot operator, so x dot y is the variable created for your boolean data type. Y anything, now assign the value here true because it's bool data type. Okay, now for to get the print of, so let us see what happened. We are getting error here, so let us see what happened here. So why I am getting this much error? Bool data type, unknown data type name, unknown data. Why I told you that bool is not the built-in data type in C. For that we need to, because C compiler will not be able to identify this bool data type. It is not built-in data. That moment we need to include one library that is called, that library name is equal std bool, standard bool dot h. That is the header file to work with if you want to work with boolean data type, because bool is not a inbuilt data type in C language. So if you want to work with boolean data type, we need to include std bool dot header file. Now let us see what happened if it is successfully. So until unless you will not include std bool dot h header file, if you want to work with any boolean data type, it is you can't work with boolean data type, because boolean data type is not inbuilt data type. So if you want to work with boolean data type, that moment you need to include the library. One is that std, okay, you need to work with what? You need to work with what? Boolean data type. So this is the way to work with. As I told you that this is a online text online code editor, so online web editor. Okay, so here no need to download your app like C++. This is, where is that C? Where is my C? So here let us see, this is the coding C app. Before that we were working with online web editor. Here in we can write the code instantly and we can correct the code and check the code here. Understood that? But if you want to work with mobile app, okay, mobile has, as I told you, so many good apps nowadays providing so many developers. This is the coding C app to work with coding C. Other way, coding C++ for C++, PyDroid 3 for Python, JVDroid for Java. Now here if I want to write the code, so first of all let us see, include stdio.h. that is compulsory. As I told you, this is a header library to work with input output functions. that is to be inside of the main method. Okay, first of all we need to create a structure. So comment if you want to comment yourself. Structures. Okay, create a structure. Now let us see with the struct keyword. As I told you that structures are what, if you want to store many data types. Okay, different data types, the structures will be created. This is not like an array. Generally array means what you know in C, Java, C++. Array, if it is integer array, we can store only integer number. If it is a float array, we can store only float numbers. Struct, then after one structure name, same Vasu is a structure. So then after inside of the flower braces, okay, this I told you that structure to be terminated with semicolon. Now structure is created. So inside of this structure we need to keep the members, elements. Okay, int anything like number one, I told you that. Now it is created, a member is created. One more char is a member. I want to char data for a variable. Create a variable like anything, like whatever you want to keep. Just we have created the letter. Now close this one. Okay, now so two members we have declared inside of structure. The structure name is Vasu. Now inside of this main method I need to create a variable for create a variable for structure. Create a variable for structure. Okay, create a variable for structure. So now that is what struct. Again struct, what is our structure name? Vasu. Then we need to create a variable for this. Vasu is the structure name. For this structure I need to create a variable, anything, a variable. There I have created x. Now struct Vasu. Now what happened inside of this struct? Now this is called your now let us see. Now we can assign the values for this members. So now that members can be accessed with the name of that variable name of that structure. So now x dot what? Your number one is the variable for, okay, number one is the variable for integers. So assign any integer value. Now come down, x dot, what is that? Char. For char, letter is our variable created for char data type. So assign always char any type in single quotation marks. Terminate this one. So two members values assigned. Now then after you call print them, print f. Okay, now inside of this, so keep if you want to keep some string, so integer value is equal to, now here integer we need to keep the format specifier %d. Okay, to get a new line character \n, then after close that. Okay, close this one, separate with a comma. Now call that, we need to help the compiler to work with that value stored in num1 variable created for integer data type. So we need to pass that. Then after terminate with semicolon. Now same thing, print f inside of bracket keep a string. That string is for to display on the screen. Now let us for character as per you. This string, it is up to you which string you want to keep to display on the screen. Now we are working with the character, so we need to help the compiler. Now I'm working with character. C \n to get next line character, close with double quotation marks, comma. Now call that char variable. What is the char? Letter. The char variable is equal letter. Okay, letter. Then after close and terminate with semicolon. Now understood that. This is then after return. Return is the end statement. Return is the end statement. So this is the thing. Now let us try to run this code. So whether it is run without any errors. Let me check that error is there. 2 errors generated. So here why we are getting error at that time of you are calling that members with the name of that variables n1, but that moment we need to call them with the variable, that variable created for the structure name is equal to Vasu. For that structure we have created a variable x, so we need to call them with that variable dot. So because at every time if I want to access the what, if I want to access that members with dot operator and that variable name of that structure, so that's why we are getting 2 errors. Okay, now run this code. What happened? So now hello world is a string here, okay, integer, but I want to get a new line character here, so here at this printf hello world, inside of this if I want to keep a new line character here, then there will not be, so hello world it will be kept separately, so 3 lines. Now what happened? Printf hello world. If I want to use one more data type, as I told you that it is bool data type, and bool somewhat create a variable for this data type. T is a variable created and with terminated with semicolon. Now bool is a data type created with a variable. Now if I want to assign, okay, a value for this, come down here, okay. Now x dot, that is bool variable is t, so x dot t. Now I want to assign the value for this t variable to true, terminated with the semicolon. Now if I want to get print out display, same printf bracket, so the bool value is equal to now you need to represent the boolean value with format specifier b \n to get new line character. Okay, now terminate with the semicolon. Now close with comma is next what, x dot. X is the variable name, x is a variable created for your structure. The structure name is Vasu, but structure is named with a variable x dot what, t is a boolean variable t, okay. Now close this one, terminate with the semicolon. Now run this code. We are getting 2 errors. Let us see what is happening here. I am getting the error. I told you that bool is not inbuilt data type. That moment I need to include what, okay, include std bool std bool dot h. std bool is a standard library, boolean library. It is a header file which will be used to work with boolean data type, because bool data type is not the part of inbuilt data type of C language. If you want to work with boolean data types, so you need to include this std bool header file. Okay, now run this code. You are getting bool value is equal to b. Understood that? So now if I want to work with one more can I work with a string? Okay, can I work with a string? Let us see. I think this is enough. Lengthy class I have conducted. We will discuss later. Now class is being closed. Today I have done a lot. This is what an app, C coding app. It will work in Android mobiles for coding C. Okay, so we can write very fantastic code in Android mobiles. If anybody is feeling that I don't have laptops at moment, your mobile can be used to write the code. Very interesting code we can write, and we can execute the code also. Okay, understood that? So now this much of code I have written. This is the C coding app, and this is the online web editor. Here no need to download any app, C coding app, otherwise whatever. So here just you can write the code and run and check back. Okay, so this is called online web editor. Now this is called your coding C app. So understood that? Now I am going to stop the class. This much is